Criticizing an object speech. Did you ride in a car today? There were 276 million registered vehicles in the United States in 2018, and 45% of these were cars. That's almost as many vehicles as there are people in this country. Since its invention, the car has been a phenomenon like no other. As Los Angelinos, it is a high possibility that you took a car ride today. From our births, the automobile has been an integral cultural part of our lives, especially in the USA. We have and still do rely on this vehicle of freedom that, as time goes by, has resulted in us becoming increasingly frustrated on our dependence of this vehicle due to congestion on our roads and its polluting impact on our environment. In my speech, I will discuss our love affair with the automobile and how this has turned into a dreaded relationship, with the dark side of car culture becoming more evident every year. I will portray in my speech reasons as to why the automobile embodies negative feelings in us, and how our dependence on it and big oil is a dangerous habit that consumes us in many ways, and how we have become more dissatisfied by which has prompted a movement to alternative energy sources or public transportation. The car has been a symbol of freedom and has defined the modernization of the mid-19th century. It holds a special place in movies, art, and literature, and has been a major part in many movements in our history, such as the assassination of John F. Kennedy, the death of Princess Diana, and the near death of Pope John Paul II. The car has been a major part of our cultural transformation and has for a long time transformed our daily lives. It has resulted in us being more productive as a society and enabled us to see and do so much more in our lifetimes than in days gone by, from where we had a reliance on animals as a form of transportation. The car industry has resulted in major cities being built with unchecked growth of suburban enclaves. America would not be where it is today if it were not for the convenience and reliability of the car that has been offered to us over the years. There is, however, a dark side to the car culture, such as traffic congestion and gridlock, which we all living in Los Angeles have to put up with on a daily basis. The time we waste sitting in traffic is the time that could be better spent with families or doing constructive activities. Los Angeles is the world's most gridlocked city and has been for the past 7 years. Our drivers spend more than over 100 hours in traffic during peak times, which cost the driver roughly $3,000 in gasoline, car costs, and time wasted cost, which is has a negative effect on business and companies that have vehicles sitting on congested roads. The additional costs are then passed on to consumers through higher prices. In 2011, the phrase Carmageddon was coined in anticipation of a 53-hour shutdown of the 405 freeway due to the much-needed construction, resulting in congestion caused by the car. We now feel trapped by our cars, and as we deal with this frustration on our roads, the environmental damage caused by cars and car production, as well as burning fossil fuels, has left irreparable damage to the atmosphere and environment, and in a big way played a massive part in global warming. The car, as well as being a polluter and a daily frustration, is a killing machine, with over 100 people dying daily in the US as a result of motor vehicle crashes, and along with this, there are many fatalities each year to pedestrians. In conclusion, my speech, I wish for the audience to consider the hindrance now on our daily lives caused by our reliance on the automobile. I wish to reiterate, however, that I still admire cars as a machine of convenience, beauty, and transformation in many ways, and that even though we should be looking for a path less reliant on cars and a progressive move to other forms of transportation that I've discussed in my speech, please consider every day of your lives going forward how you could use more public transportation, walk more, or even bicycle to your intended destinations.